everyone, it's Karli Reese and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm going to be making a video that is going to be very deep and personal. Basically, the topic for today's video is going to be how doing YouTube for the past 12 years has affected my life. A lot of you guys recently have been asking me to film this video, and I'm honestly shocked that it's not a concept that I thought of before, because although there are a lot of YouTubers out there, there are not very many who have been doing this for pretty much their entire life. I started making YouTube videos when I was 6 years old, and I'm 18 now, and I'm still obviously doing it. And because it was such a major part of my childhood and basically my entire life, it has had a major effect on me in many different ways. So I feel like for today's video, it's just a great concept and a great idea to kind of talk about in what ways has YouTube affected me. Really quickly, I want to tell you guys something funny. I tried to film this video yesterday, but I was low-key high on my medication that I take for my IBS. I was filming for about 30 minutes before I realized that I was still on the first question and everything I was saying genuinely didn't make sense. I'll try to insert some of that footage right here. My brain is not fully here right now. I had to refilm the intro for this video like 17 times probably.
Check out these pants. Can you see my toes?
Like, this shouldn't be hard for me at all, and for some reason I'm really struggling to do this right now, but I seriously need to stop rambling and I just need to start answering some questions. I feel like some of these are going to be like kind of sad, but I seriously like want you guys to know that I'm okay. Like, if I answer a question and it sounds like really sad and like traumatizing, like just understand that like I'm okay, like I'm fine. And sometimes, so basically let me explain what I mean. Like in the past, for example, in the past, I have been already filming for 10 minutes and I can't even like get my words straight to like answer this question right now. It can definitely affect the way you view yourself, and it can cause you to compare yourself to other people. So moving forward, I have decided I will no longer be taking my medicine before trying to film these videos because it didn't work out. But basically, let's get right into answering some of your guys' questions. So the first question is very general, and it is, do you like making YouTube videos? So I feel like the answer to this question honestly fluctuates a lot. My answer to that question has changed throughout my ages as well as with types of videos. And what I mean by that is there were definitely periods of time in my life where I hated YouTube and times where I loved it. A period of time where I definitely know that I hated it was when I was 14. For the first time, I was finally like hanging out in big groups of friends, like doing super fun things like teenage girls do, talking to boys and whatnot. Not that many 14-year-olds have jobs, so at that time, none of my friends really had jobs, so I just felt like YouTube was constantly interfering with my life. And during that time, I wanted to dedicate all my time towards my friends, and YouTube was just constantly getting in the way of that. So around then, I definitely hated it. Now I kind of have a different view on it. Sometimes I hate making videos and sometimes I love it. It really just depends on what type of video I'm filming. For example, like the video that I'm filming right now, I love doing it because I can just openly talk, I can be personal, and it's extremely easy for me to do. But there are still times where I end up having to film videos that I don't exactly like to make. And just in general, when I'm really struggling to talk and get comfortable with like the topic, they end up just being videos that I hate making. I feel like I've said this before, but editing is my least favorite part of YouTube. So typically videos that end up being extremely long because I just can't get my words out, that take me a really long time to edit, are usually the videos that I don't like. So the final answer to that question is yes and no. The next question is, did being on YouTube ever affect your social life at school / your social life? So the word that stands out to me the most in that question is school, because I did have a very, very rough time at school. I was constantly picked on, especially by the boys, and I still hold so much animosity towards those people because they really, really, really made me like hate myself for a long time. I feel like those individuals thought I was a good target because after every single time they would like pick on me and stuff, like I was very visibly hurt and like uncomfortable by it, and because of that I feel like that's the reason why it just kept happening over and over again. But some of the examples that people would do to me is just like randomly throughout class, like when it was dead silent, they would play my YouTube videos on full volume in front of everyone, including my teachers, my fellow students, literally everybody. I'm a person who likes to be the center of attention in certain situations, but not situations like that where I'm being picked on, you know? And I feel like the behaviors and the comments that those individuals said and did to me were so justified. Anytime I would talk about it to anybody, I feel like their answer was always like, your life is perfect, that's why they're jealous of you. Like, you have something they don't, like you should take that as a compliment. I don't really think I should take being like bullied and picked on as a compliment. I obviously see where those people are coming from, and I think in some ways they are in the right, but the way I see it is I haven't been in high school in 3 years, and here I am sitting down talking about getting bullied in high school. So as much as their comments could have stemmed from jealousy, obviously it had a major effect on my life. And I rarely ever talk about this. I didn't go to school my junior or senior year, and a lot of it was anxiety and sleep related, but it was also because I was just so tired of getting picked on, and I just wanted to be away from those people so badly. So that's it for the school topic. But regarding my social life, I feel like YouTube never had an effect on like the people around me. Like, my friends have always been my friends, and they've always been like super comfortable and understanding of like what my career is. So I don't think YouTube had an effect on my direct social connections, but when I went out and tried to live a life of a normal teenager, I feel like in that way YouTube kind of affected my social life. Like, for instance, if I went to a local party, very occasionally I would run into teenagers who knew me off of YouTube, and I would probably be like drinking or something like that, and I would see them staring at me. Very occasionally have I seen people try to take pictures of me, and I feel like in that way it has kind of made like living life as a teenager hard. If that happened now, I obviously wouldn't feel uncomfortable because like I'm very open with my mom about like drinking and partying and stuff like that. But back then when I was a young girl, that was definitely something I didn't want my mom to find out about. And when you have like people taking pictures of you and stuff like that while you're just trying to have a good time with your friends, it kind of affects your life experiences. So the next question is, do you feel pressured to post/talk about everything? And the answer to this is sometimes about certain things. And the first thing that came to my mind is my relationship. As you guys may probably know, in the past I had a relationship that was on social media very minimally. And to be honest, I regret doing that because it wasn't a serious relationship at all. And when it ended, some really weird things happened, like people DMing him, people DMing me, like saying all these weird things. And at the time I was like, y'all, like, I'm 16 years old. I just went through my first relationship that wasn't serious at all, and for that reason I wish I never would have posted it on social media, because it was just not that serious at all, and everyone made it so serious that I honestly think it made in my brain think that everything was more serious than it really was. But now I'm in a relationship that is extremely serious, and I do often feel pressured to talk about it. No hate against my family or anything, but my parents often are like, when are you gonna put him in the videos? Like, when are you gonna talk about it? When are you gonna show him? And I don't ever truly expect anyone to understand like the feelings I have about it, but it's something that is on my terms and will only happen on my terms. And I feel like when I'm asked otherwise, it really bothers me, because it's my relationship, it's my decision, and if and when that happens will only be on my terms and nobody else's. And thankfully I feel like my viewers like viewpoint on this as well has changed. Like, I feel like a long time ago, if I was in a serious relationship like I am now, people would have begged me to show him, people would have looked for him online. And I feel like now things are a little bit different, because when I say I'm not going to talk about or show my relationship until I want to, people are very understanding of that. So in general, I feel like the only thing I'm really pressured to talk about that I don't want to talk about is my relationship. But I feel like other than that, if I make a decision to not talk about something or not show something in my life, everyone is pretty understanding of it. Do you ever regret starting social media at such a young age? I feel like I don't regret it, but there are definitely some things out there that like I would rather never see again. Like, you guys know how it is to like look back at like your 12-year-old self, your 14-year-old self, and be like super cringed out by not only like the way you look, but the way you acted, the way you talked, like all of that. And for most of you, those old versions of yourself will only be seen by you, but that version of myself is very much open to the public for anyone to look at. So in that way, I regret starting social media at a young age, because the old versions of myself that I don't want to see anymore will always be out there. But for the most part, I really don't regret it, because if I didn't do that, I don't think my life would be where it is now. I've just had so many amazing experiences throughout my life, and I understand that without YouTube, those things might not have happened. And I also understand that YouTube in general is not as big as it used to be, so I genuinely think if I tried to start like social media at the age I'm at now, I wouldn't have as many viewers, I wouldn't be as popular, if you want to put it that way. I just genuinely think that the age my family decided to start YouTube was the perfect time, not only because at the time we were young and we had so much content, but YouTube was also a much bigger deal back then. So I guess I would say no, I don't regret starting YouTube at a young age, because if I didn't do it then, I wouldn't be doing this now. Someone said, did Candy ever post things without your permission? I would say yes and no, because I feel like there were definitely like pictures she like took of me and stuff that I was like, ew, that's gross, don't post that, and then she would end up posting it. But as far as YouTube, I would say no, because everything I filmed, I was aware that it was going on social media. My mom like never set up a camera without my knowledge and like filmed me and posted it. So for YouTube, I would say no, but like Instagram and stuff, she definitely caught me lacking in some photos and she definitely posted them, but when I made her delete them, she deleted them. So I think this is a funny and cute question. So it says, do you ever think you'll have a family channel like Our Family Nest when you're older? And honestly, the answer is no. And I say that with hesitation because you literally never know what's going to happen. But the reason I say no is because YouTube has just genuinely had like such a major impact on my life. Like there have been times where I've like started to hate myself or like not be able to do things correctly because of YouTube. In ways it feels like I was never really given a choice to do YouTube, because I was asked at like such a vulnerable age to do it. And like I said, any 6-year-old would say yes to something like that. But your opinions and your views about it change as you get older, hence why my brother doesn't want to be in YouTube videos anymore. I really think the answer would be no, because I just know that YouTube affected me throughout my childhood, and I don't know if I would ever want to push that life onto my own children. Like I would be okay with still filming my life while I'm having children, but I don't know if I would ever put my children in the videos for that reason. Which everything I just said kind of connects into this question right here. Do you think children should be filmed and posted for YouTube content by their parents? So it's really, really hard for me to answer this question because I have certain opinions about it, but I can't say too much about it because I literally did that, you know? I don't think a child should ever be forced into it. Like if they're open and willing to do it, then I think it's okay. But in no way at all do I feel like any child should ever be forced to do something like this. Because like I said, like YouTube can have like a dramatic effect on like someone's life, especially if it's something that you don't want to do. So my answer to that is I think it is okay for children to be on YouTube. Like I don't think it's something that just shouldn't happen at all, but I don't think a child should ever be forced into doing it. Are there any OFN vlogs from a rough time that you physically wouldn't be able to watch now? So I'm going to be very honest with you. I don't even know like what stuff is out there. Like very occasionally have I gone back and watched like old videos that I'm in, but you guys have to remember that we posted a video every single day for 5 years straight. Like I don't even know what's online of me, to be honest. So I'm sure if I went through every single video, I could definitely find a lot of things that are very hard for me to watch. To make a guess though on what videos would be harder for me to watch, I feel like it would be any video of me getting like really emotional or being really upset about things, because those are typically like memories that people forget and don't have to relive. So for me to have to like relive those moments of me being like a sad child would just be really sad for me, you know? Like thinking about reliving the whole experience of like me breaking my foot, like I know there's probably some sad moments in there that would make me get sad now. So I feel like types of videos like that, stuff where I'm upset, would definitely be hard for me to watch. Some people say the most disgusting things like on these Instagram question things. Like some of you are sick. Sorry. If you guys were like reading what I'm reading right now, you would be agreeing with me. Like I'm not trying to be rude, but like some of y'all need Jesus like really bad because this is disgusting. Sorry, time to continue. Ugh, this is such a good question. What hate comment has affected you? There are so freaking many, to the point where it's like I couldn't even just like pick one to talk about, because like right now in my head they're all like spiraling, like a million of them that I just like remember being said to me. I've definitely been told I'm ugly. I've definitely been told to die. I've been called a bitch. I've been called a brat. I've literally been called everything like in the book. Like any hateful thing like you could think to say to someone, I've definitely gotten in like my 18 years of life now. But I would say the comments that affect me the most are towards like my appearance. A lot of people have hated on my dark circles for years, and that used to like really affect me, but I'm getting a lot older now, so I'm starting to care less about those types of things. And I plan to mention this today, is that YouTube in general has had like a major effect on like how I present myself within like my physical appearance. Like all the way from 6th grade to maybe like my sophomore year of high school, I wore makeup every single day to school, and every single YouTube video I ever filmed at like 12 to like 16 years old. Like y'all never saw me without makeup, and when you did, like I literally wanted to like crawl into a ball because it was just so embarrassing for me. Like I genuinely wouldn't go in public unless I had makeup on at 12 years old. Like that is sad. I definitely don't feel that way anymore. I film videos all the time without wearing makeup, and I'm sure people have stuff to say about it in the comments. But now that I'm older and I just know myself and I know how I feel about myself, I don't care about that stuff anymore. But thinking about how it used to affect younger me makes me really sad. Definitely comments about my body make me feel bad. Like during COVID, I definitely gained weight and people definitely said stuff about it. And it would honestly make me really sad if anyone had anything to say about my body right now, because I'm obviously struggling with like weight right now because I just got diagnosed with like IBS. Weight is obviously something that I focus on a lot because it has been fluctuating a lot recently. And just in general, like being on social media, especially for your whole life, like affects how you feel and think about your own body. So since I already have like body image problems, I would hate for anyone to say anything about it. So when I do get those hate comments, they do really affect me. There's a lot of hate comments though that I think are stupid. Like if people tell me to die, it's just kind of like I'm not gonna die, so like quit asking me to. And like also people will tell me that I'm poor looking, or I dress poor, or I look poor, or I look dead, I look tired, I look ugly, I look gross. And just like, I know all those things aren't true, so to like feed into it and like start to think those things would just be a complete waste of time for me. So someone said, have you ever had a stalker? And I have the craziest stalker story ever. I don't know why I never talked about this on YouTube. I feel like I was waiting until I was over the age of 18 because there are some inappropriate things involved in it. But I was planning on making a video about it, and if you guys want to see it, let me know because it'll be a crazy video. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. I feel like there's so much more that I have to say, but obviously I could never say every effect that YouTube has had on me for the past 12 years in just one video. If you guys wanted to see more of this, I'm definitely open and willing to talk about it because YouTube has been such a major part of my life, and I feel like no one really asks me about like how it has been to be on YouTube for so long. Like I actually feel pretty happy that people like cared to hear about how YouTube has affected my life experiences, because it is definitely something that I've dealt with by myself for like a very long time. It's been really hard for me to talk about to like the people around me because obviously nobody understands. Like none of my friends are YouTubers and they don't deal with like a bunch of hate comments from random people online, so it's always just been really hard for me to talk about, and I feel like I rarely ever do. So the fact that I'm getting the opportunity to talk about it in a video right now with you guys is very vulnerable, but also like exciting because I feel like people actually might care. And to all the guys who bullied me in high school, I just want to let you know that all your hurtful words only made me better. And all I have to say to you guys and the haters out there, that I've been successful for 12 years and it might have taken me a long time to like understand that hate comes along with success. Just to let you guys know, I'm doing great in life and your hate only pushes me to go further, so keep on doing it because I love it. So to those of you who are loyal and nice to me, I love you guys and thank you so much for being supportive of my career for this long. It really means a lot to me. So thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!